Welcome back for part 2 of Villainous Times. It's time to talk about cycling from my sickness. Due time, August that day of 2012, aka Friday the 3rd. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the name because I was talking to somebody else about the name the other day, and they were like, "Why did you choose that name?" And I was like, "Well, because my sickness is really just like a moniker or alias for your and or our sickness. Because if you were to put a T-shirt on that said "Cycling for my sickness," it would really be cycling for my sickness. You would be cycling for your sickness, and all of us have our own traumas, wounds, scars, and sorrows via our story stuck in the human condition. And whilst I may not know and advocate for them all, I can empower you to do so by believing in me and helping me do my poetry and speaking. And I also do speak for the one thing that matters in the human condition that we all are attached to, which is the decrepit chivalry, or the dying of virtue, which is basically tolerance. Our society has taught us tolerance, and tolerance is what you believe is what you believe, and you know, that's all fine and dandy and amazing for you. Just don't try to push it on me, which is now it's not. It's and maybe it never was tolerance, and it's always just being. It's that word I can never remember. Disregard. It's just disregard. We disregard because I mean we can't really say, "Oh, that's fine." What you believe about that particular thing is fine, because we have no idea what they really believe. I mean, just like for instance, say we have a stance against gay person, and we're like, we hate you because you're gay, and our scripture doesn't say that, but we believe it does because we've taken things out of context and illegitimately created a mentality of hate, which is against what we should be believing and living in the first place, in order to imbue not tolerance, not disregard, but prejudice, inequality, and hatred, which is a form. Actually, I would probably more call it rage, and not hatred, because I mean, you can hate something that you know about, right? And why it is that it is to be hated. Like Hitler killed a whole friggin' bunch of people. So you could hate him and want to kill him, right? Because you knew about that. But they just don't like gay people because they are gay. Right? They don't really, so that would be more akin to rage, because they're filled with rage at their opponent, because that's what they are. They are just hard. That capacity of intellect has filled them. That disregard for educating themselves and being filled with awareness so that love and virtue can happen towards other people is totally, it's been annihilated. They have murdered it. They've killed it. They've taken way too many blue pills. They are over the deep end, my friends. It's up to you and me to wake them up, and if you can't wake them up, then forget it. Just live your life as if huddled together into little communities of virtue. And virtue is, as described in 1 Corinthians 13, 3 through 9. Whilst that being a Bible verse, it is also a very, very good depiction of what love should look like in terms of qualities. Now, how to live that in the moment, no one can really tell you. Although my best friend might be able to show you. But that would take a lot of his life, and that would take a lot of my time filming his life. So let's just ask each other questions and help each other along, shall we? Because it'd be a little bit hard for that to happen, especially since he really doesn't have the time. And I'm doing this, I really don't have the time. Anyway, back to cycling for my sickness. Cycling for my sickness, I am pretty wicked, right? No? Yeah, I know. I'm not. Don't even try and say yes. I won't believe you anyway, because I got the shield up. So anyway, we got the donation button up at Cycling for My Sickness. We got our sponsors list up, and our first couple blog posts, only a couple hits, but I'm okay with that because I've been invisible for since 2006 on the internet anyway. So I mean, being invisible for another couple months or years is, I guess, fine with me, because I live for you guys, but I don't expect you to acknowledge me maybe until I'm dead, and I'm okay with that because that's the way my human condition works. So yeah, Cycling for My Sickness now has Tumblr, now has a blog, website. It also has a sponsor, which is my poetry website, which I'm launching this coming week. And it also has Twitter, and it's on my Facebook page. And I love you guys, and I hope I inspire you in some way. Follow me into my poetic dream. I'll be right back for part 3.